Hello everybody, my name's Alex and I'm making this video because I'm about to do something quite exciting for me, a little bit scary, but I thought I'd bring you guys along for the experience. So I am doing the British Airways Fear of Flying course on the 30th of June, which is this Saturday coming. I am pretty nervous, I'm quite excited. So yeah, I thought you'd give a little bit of the backstory as to why I haven't flown. When I was younger, we used to fly long haul, short haul. We used to go to Mallorca, Antigua. There were many places we visited, and I was absolutely fine. And then we got my dog, Lexi. At the time when we got her, we didn't fly for about 6 years. So we booked a holiday to Mallorca, and I was incredibly nervous before getting on the flight. When I got on the flight, I had a panic attack during taking off, and I didn't feel comfortable throughout the flight. During landing, I again didn't feel comfortable, had not quite a panic attack, but incredible anxiety. And I was obviously in Mallorca, so I had no other choice but to travel to get home. On the flight home, a lot of anxiety, panic attacks, stuff like that, and it wasn't brilliant. And then we decided we'd give it another go the year after. So again, we booked a holiday to Mallorca the year after. The same thing happened again, both ways. So after that, I didn't associate good things with flying. So it was more to do with the sensation of taking off and landing. Sent me into a bit of panic because I associated it with having an anxiety attack from the first time I flew. First time I flew after getting the dog. And then for my 18th birthday, my dad bought me flights and hotel and everything for me and him to go to New York. We got to Heathrow Airport. I didn't get on the plane. So I'm now 20, and for my 20th birthday, my parents bought me the Flying with Confidence course from British Airways. I am making this video to sort of help anyone else that might be in the same shoes as me and let you know the experience that I have with the Flying with Confidence course with British Airways. So I am just about to head off to go to Edinburgh. I have everything packed inside my bag. So I am ready to head for my train from Newcastle Central Station at 10:30. So I've got an hour and a half until my train. So I've just arrived at Newcastle Central Station. Sorry if it's a little bit windy. I've got about half an hour until my train. So I'm just going to chill in the sunshine. It's glorious weather. It's not often like this in Newcastle, so I'm going to make the most of it. And I'll check in with you guys when I get to Edinburgh. I'm going to have a little wander around. There's a few things I want to go and see. I need to check into my hotel. Yeah, so I'll see you guys when I arrive in Edinburgh. I'm now in Edinburgh. I've just checked into my hotel. It's 2:30ish. I did some shopping, bought myself a new Tommy Hilfiger top from Urban Outfitters in the sale, because the sales are pretty decent at the moment, not gonna lie. So yeah, my plan for the rest of the day is just to chill. I'm in a nice hotel room, which I'll show you in a minute. And yeah, they think I'm gonna head to Wagamama's for my dinner. But yeah, that's the update. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little bit nervous. First thing to do, food and drink. See you in a bit. Morning everyone. So it is 6:30 on a Saturday, and I've got an hour until I need to leave to head to Edinburgh Airport. So yeah, today's the day. I slept actually really well, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. See you, yeah. Hey everyone, so I am at Edinburgh Airport. I'm currently trying to find the Doubletree hotel, I think it's called. So that's where I'm heading now. Hi everyone, so I'm currently at Edinburgh Airport. We've had our little bit long morning talk about the fear of flying. This is the Flying with Confidence course from British Airways. So it's now about 11:15 and we're about to talk about the rare fears.
Anywhere whilst on board. This includes the toilets, which are fitted with smoke detectors. If you have any questions, please ask your cabin crew.
No, passing 500 feet. Great views of the veggie zone on the left-hand side. So here's the bit over the right lever. We're going to reach around about 1,000 feet. Now we're going to start accelerating. So here we go. Pitch is going to start increasing as the speed comes up. So we'll start slowly reducing, climbing at 2,300.
I'm so proud of myself. Oh my god. I've got a smile on my face.
Right, so we're 11 degrees nose up now, passing an altitude of 2,900. We're beginning our way. There we are, looking for an instrumentation. We've got a ground speed of 370 knots, so that's just over 400 miles per hour, so it doesn't take long to get around Scotland at these sorts of speeds.
So today is about 10 days since I've done my Fear of Flying course with British Airways, and I thought I would come and show you guys just the little bits that I didn't get to show you while the course was ongoing. I'll show you the pack that we got when we arrived at the Doubletree Hotel next to Edinburgh Airport, which is where the course was held in the morning. So I got, and we've also got the list of what they call golden rules for taking the fear out of flying. So this has got 12 points on here as to how to cope. So this is sort of like a supplement to go along with all the information that you got throughout the day. You also get given... Wait, I need to go and find it. Give me 2 seconds. You also get your boarding pass. So this is my boarding pass that I got. They actually did change my seat number from 13A, I don't know if you can see that, to 8C, but once I actually got onto the aircraft there was the opportunity to move around and sit where I wanted to. So I actually ended up taking the seat above the wing, so the emergency exit where I actually made a friend, and me and her sat and sort of went through it all together. So that's when I felt most nervous, was getting onto the aircraft and all of that, so that was a kind of a peak of anxiety, and they made that very clear that walking down the flight tunnel onto the aircraft was going to be a peak of anxiety for a lot of people. As soon as I got onto the plane, I felt this sort of calmness, and it felt good. It came time for them to start going through all the security stuff. We started taxiing, so they were pushing back the aircraft, and then we got onto the runway. The engines went to full throttle, whatever. I can't remember what they called it, but engines go to full capacity, so you obviously started to move quite quickly down the runway. This is where then a lot of the time, a lot of us, including myself, were using techniques that they had taught us, mindfulness. So this is where you think about the here and now, and this was what I found incredibly helpful the whole way through the flight and the whole way through everything. So you concentrate on the feelings of the here and now. So as you're taking off, you are aware of the pressure pushing back on you, you're aware of the fact that you're moving, and you're fine with it. You've got to tell yourself that you're absolutely fine, and that's what I just did. And then we started to obviously lift off the ground, and you just got to think, right, we are being pushed into the air, but it's fine because it's normal. And I'm very happy to say that I didn't have a panic attack. I had almost little to no anxiety the whole duration of the flight. So I would like to say thank you to everyone at British Airways and the Fear of Flying course, or what they call the Flying with Confidence course in Edinburgh, because I don't want to say completely cured, but I got on a plane and was absolutely fine. The only one moment of anxiety I did have is when the aircraft reaches a certain altitude. The nose tilts from about 20 degrees down to 10, and you also, so you stop climbing as quickly, so you get the slight sensation of falling, and also sort of the speed, it also, a lot of angles change, and that sort of was a slight trigger for me. So that was the only bit of anxiety I did have, but the rest of the time I was able to look out the window when we were going around corners, when we were climbing up on the aircraft, when we were climbing up a little bit more altitude wise, when we were coming into land. It was just an incredibly enjoyable experience. So, and I have my certificate, haven't got my name written on it yet, but yeah, I completed the British Airways Flying with Confidence course. So I did decide to go ahead and book myself a flight. So in 10 days time I am flying back home from, again, going up to Edinburgh, because it worked out a little bit cheaper than flying from Newcastle. So I'm going up to Edinburgh, and I'm flying down to London Luton by myself. This is for a quick trip home to see my family, but then I am going to be flying again when I come back home for Summer in the City, which is a YouTube convention that I work at, but I'll explain that in another video. And I feel incredibly confident, and I honestly couldn't I couldn't recommend them enough. So as part of the course, there was a really lovely lady. She was a volunteer. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I will pop it here because I know it's online somewhere. But she was there for me the whole day. She introduced herself to me when I first walked in. I actually got on really well with her. She was quite interested in the fact that I was going to be vlogging some of the parts, and I was going to be documenting it. So she was really there to support me, and they kind of put a little bit of extra effort in to make sure I was comfortable, which they did for every single person. It felt so personal, even though you were surrounded by about 70 other people. And you also had 4 pilots. So the 2 pilots were there from the morning until your flight. Then we had 2 join us about halfway through, and these were going to be the pilots that were going to actually be flying your aircraft. Actually, I believe it might have just been one, because I think the other one was delayed in Mallorca, flying back. And there were some really interesting things that they were saying about how turbulence works and stuff like that, and they had footage that they'd taken while flying. Like, for example, just a fun little fact, a lot of the time with turbulence people think you're sort of bouncing up and down. Your altitude doesn't actually change the whole time, and the guy had filmed the little screen that shows your altitude and the speed. The only thing that does vary slightly is your speed when you hit turbulence, but the altitude stays perfectly level, which is an amazing thing that just puts your mind at rest. And this was just one of the loads and loads of things that were just there to help you throughout the whole day. You also had a psychologist that you could speak to at any point, because you did have about 4 or 5 breaks throughout the day, and in those breaks they did encourage you to go and speak to the psychologist, to the volunteer, to the pilots, just to everyone. So guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you have any questions at all, please drop them in the comments or send me a message here on YouTube, and I will get back to you, because I'd love to be able to even just help one person get over a fear of flying, and I can't encourage you enough. Please go ahead and book it. They do run this course in down at Heathrow, in London, at Edinburgh. I can't quite remember the other things. I'll put all the links for everything in the description. So please, yeah, subscribe. Keep your eye out for some travel vlogs. Obviously, with uni and everything, and money, it's going to be a little bit sort of few and far between. But I would love to document any travel experiences I do have coming up. So yeah, but I will see you guys in another video. Please like this video, share it on any platform, share it with any friends who you think might be able to gain some help from this, and yeah, subscribe, and I will see you in another video. See you later, guys.